That was the podium, and at the end of this 20-lap KZ2 final, we will have 3 drivers. Who will they be? We're about to find out. A spectacular pre-final this morning was won by Adria and Renaudin. It was a restarted race. And we're delighted to say that the 4 drivers involved are relatively okay. And we're looking towards the back of the grid for them to line up. We are missing 2 of them. We will go through the grid for you shortly. The front of the grid. It's an all-Soddy Kart lockout. Drivers who raced in KZ2, the Euro champs in 2017, and who both won. Adria Renaudin, we remember his sensational drive at Kristianstad in Sweden, where he won by 17 seconds. He starts from pole in the 109 CPB Sport Soddy Kart. On the outside of the front row, the reigning KZ2 International Super Cup champion. That is Alex Irlando. 3rd in the European Championships a couple of years ago. Also, 1, 2, 3 for Soddy Kart's Alex Irlando. That's Alex to the right of your screen. The blue machine of the pole sitter, Adria Renaudin, for the team run by Paul Bizalion. CPB Sport, Compétition du Paul Bizalion de France. Took the fight up to the twice vice world champion, Anthony Abbas. In the pre-final, Anthony starts out of grid number 5 in this one, after dominating the heats yesterday. There is Alex Irlando. What a superstar this driver is. Factory program for 2018. The Soddy Kart powered by the TM. In one of the heats earlier, they were 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th, the Soddy Karts. Only broken by Alexander Dahlberg. 1-2-1, the driver from Gothenburg in Sweden in the Birol Art. Dahlberg to start out of grid number 3. And he is alongside Leonardo Lorandi. There is Dahlberg, as I say, from Gothenburg in Sweden. Had a great run in the pre-final this morning. The best of the red and white machines for Birol Art. Many a time, I think 20 or 21 world championships for the Birol team. There is Leonardo Lorandi out of grid number 4 for Team Baby Race 106. You see he's wearing the Bitech race suit that he used to win the Rookie of the Year title in the Italian F4 Championship powered by Arbath. And that is the son of a gun, Alessio Piccini from Tuscany in Italy. The best of the green machines, had a good run in the pre-final. Son of the 4-time Formula C world champion, Alessandro Piccini. Of course, his mechanic, first world championship with DAP back in 1987. As you look at Anthony Abbas, twice vice world champion, 5 times winner of the Le Mans 24-hour race. He won the Wsk Supernationals at Las Vegas in 2011 and 2013. And Benjamin Tornquist, I bet the final corner of Wackersdorf still haunts the Swede when he led for most of the race, only to be passed on the final corner by the driver on the right of your screen, Alex Irlando. Benjamin Tornquist in contention for a victory here this afternoon. The 133 CRG out of grid number 7. That is Francesco Iacovacci. He's got the LKE powered Luxor kart underneath him. Winner of the final cup. The Sicilian team, the driver from the eternal city of Rome, and Tom Luay in 110. Another of the prolific CPB Sport Soddy Karts. He was the fastest qualifier on Friday night and starts this one out of grid number 9 alongside Alexander Schmitz, the German, in the Vortex Tony Kart 131. Winner of the final round of the European KZ2 Championships. There's Alexander in 2015. That was at Genk in Belgium. Lines up on grid number 10. 125 is Riccardo Longhi in the second of the Birrell Art machines. As the 3-minute board goes up, as you can see, what a tremendous sight that is. In more ways than one. Paolo Ippolito out of grid number 12, also in an LKE-powered Lenzo kart. Riccardo Longhi, just getting back to the Italian, was the Italian national champion in 2014, the second of the Birrell Art karts. 7th row of the grid. It's all full of energy. Emil Scaris and Joshua Fife, who qualified in 6th position on Friday night. He sat on pole until the dying moments. Didn't have a good run in the rain, did the driver from Canberra, the protege of Mark Webber. 117, the energy kart. So the karts fire into life. And we're ready for this, our final of the afternoon. Incredibly, Matteo Vigano, Lucas Auer, Ivan Nosov, who were involved in that huge accident earlier on this morning in the pre-final, they do take up their position at the back of the field. That is tremendous to see. Matteo Vigano was winded. The karts destroyed. They are in spare machines and they line up on the back of the grid. This is the front though. It's all Sodi kart on the front line. Adrian and Alex. Dalberg, Lorandi, Alessio Piccini and Anthony Abbas. Benjamin Tornquist, Francesco Iacovacci, Tom Luay, the fastest qualifier, alongside Alexander Schmitz. Then it's Riccardo Longhi, Paolo Ippolito, all energy row 7. Emil Scaris and Josh Fife. Alessandro Giardelli in the 2013 KF3 World Champion, Alessio Lorandi. Simo Puhaka, first race with the green team back on grid 17, alongside Maximilian Paul. Oliver Rasmussen, Filippo Berto, Netjogovski, Johansson, Denner, Schockvis, Philip Ugran, Jean Nomblot, Hugo Arnaud, Axel Bankston. There is Lucas Auer, fantastic to have the 4-time DTM Mercedes touring car race winner racing with us here this weekend. Sometime Force India F1 test driver. Starts on the 15th row of the grid alongside Daniel Vasile, also involved in that big accident this morning. Daniel in a repaired or a new 114 Modena-powered DR kart. Ivan Noshov also takes his place on the grid, Matteo Vigano, and the driver from Perpignan in southwest France, just above the Spanish border. That's Johan Sobel in the LKE-powered Luxor kart on the 17th row of the grid. ...20 laps. This, the KZ final. The second round of the series to be held on March 4th, where we're looking forward to the reigning world champion Paolo De Conto joining us, along with Bas Lemmers with the brand new Serbian Lion Kart team. Good afternoon to you, Bas, where you're watching us from back home in Holland. We can't wait to have you with us on the grid at Lonato in exactly 28 days' time. All Sodi kart lock out the front row of the grid. We watch them off the line. There is Renaudin. What a superb looking machine that is. And it's fast as well. Lucas Auer, the Austrian, takes his place at the back of the grid, as does Johan Segel. There is Alex Irlando from Locorotondo in South Italy. Watch the start, 20 laps. The first round of the Supermaster Series for 2018 is green, and Alex Irlando wins the start around the outside of the French driver. Adrien Renaudin Lorandi has rocketed off the line. He's up into position number 3 in the baby race Tony Kart. As expected, a good start from Anthony Abbas. Dalberg back to P5 in the Birrell Art. Alex Irlando already with a tremendous lead on this, the opening lap. The field streamed through, up through the sweeper for the first time. still trying to work heat into the Bridgestone tyres. Lord Andy with a bass breathing down his neck. Defensive driving as Dahlberg goes through. Anthony is lining up the Italian, but Leonardo has been super quick all weekend here, as has a bass. He'll make a move really soon because he knows the leaders are going away. He thought about it right there and then. We've lost one cut. That's Ivan Noshov at the exit of turn number 2 already. After just 300 metres, the Russians' weekend not going well at all. In fact, it is now over. So Renaudin in second place. Lord Andy with a bass. Right behind him, Alexander Dahlberg in the Birrell Art. There's a quick glance behind. Lord Andy still defensive. The freight train starting to bunch up. Good start by Francesco Jacobacci. Also in the LKE-powered Luxor kart. Benjamin Tornquist, the Swede, started 7, runs in 7, down the Magny-Cours chicane. They wind it up. The Bridgestone tyres now up to temperature. They're long shadows from the F1 style pit building here at Adria. Now being cast over the start-finish straight. That was the abandoned kart of the Russian Ivan Noshov in the background of turn number 2. Dahlberg with Jacobacci right behind him. Dahlberg with Jacobacci now in front of him. The Italian dives down the inside and goes P5. Alessio Piccini, a gutsy drive from the young Italian, trying to get involved also. Lord Andy with a bass, just biding his time. Watch the move into the Bridgestone hairpin. Anthony, again, Lord Andy defensive, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Renaudin cannot shake the Italian, but he cannot shake the sister Sodi kart of the race leader, Alexia Orlando. A bass looks behind, decides it's time to do the business. Down into turn number 2. Lord Andy slides wide. Renaudin just skips away. The move will come with ruthless decisiveness from Anthony in the next few laps, being assured. Lord Andy slides wide. He's under all sorts of pressure now. Jacobacci up into P5, desperately trying to join this battle for the lead of the first round of the Wsk Supermaster Series. Francesco has left Alexander Dahlberg behind him. Dahlberg trying to fend off Alessio Piccini. Abbas now starting to get anxious, but they are catching the 2 Sodi karts out front. It is the French Sodi kart team, 1, 2 and 4, only split by the baby race Tony kart of last year's Italian F4 Rookie of the Year for Team Baby Race, Leonardo Lord Andy. Down the inside goes Lord Andy, moves up to second place. Well, that's the best way to fend off the challenge from Anthony Abbas. Put the move on second place. Adria who's under pressure from Abbas. He has to back out of it. The 2-time Wsk Supernationals winner, the 5 times winner of Le Mans, still in 4th place. He's waiting. He's got speed ready to unleash in the number 144 Sodi kart. Renaudin slides wide up the inside into drag race. Abbas will win because he's got the inside line down into turn number 1. Renaudin from pole is now off the podium. This is quarter race distance. It is Sodi karts 1, 3 and 4. Jacobacci up into P5 and starting to catch them. Winner of the Le Mans round of the European Championships last year. The LKE engine, there's not a lot of them, but wow, they do perform. Especially when they've got a driver of the caliber of Francesco Jacobacci steering it. Jacobacci in P5, the gap is 1.5 seconds between Francesco and Renaudin. Abbas in P3. Lord Andy, the baby race Tony kart. There's Renaudin being caught by Jacobacci and also Piccini, the 2 Italians. The race being led by the Italian Alexia Orlando. Leonardo, the baby race Tony kart. He was under pressure in the opening laps from Anthony Abbas. Abbas only qualified 11th on Friday night, but he dominated the heats held in atrocious conditions. Hard to believe this is the same circuit where we raced the heats yesterday. It's a beautiful sunny winter's day here in northern Italy. The track is dry, it's still quite green. As they go past Andreas Johansson. He's at 111 CRG, abandoned at the exit of the Bridgestone hairpin. You've just got a glimpse of it. There's Noshoffer's Kart on in the background. We've also lost the fastest qualifier in another Saudi kart, Tom Louet. Abbas now responds with the fastest lap, and he's done the fastest first sector in this lap as well. Still more than half the race to go. The Italians 1 and 2, but it is the French manufactured Saudi kart who leads. Alex Irlando, KZ2 International Super Cup winner, third in the European Championships. And he also became the first ever Italian to take out the Rotax Grand Finals at Portimao in Portugal back in 2015. A stellar career does the young Italian have. He leads the final, the Supermaster Series here this afternoon. Last year's champion, Bas Lemus, joining us in the Serbian Lion Kart for round 2 at South Garda, karting in Lonato. We look forward to that. Bas won the series last year for, guess who? Yes, Saudi Kart. New team for the Dutchman for 2018, Leonardo Lorandi. We should remember he won the 2016 series in KZ2. And he runs in second place. Credit also to Matteo Vigano, involved in that huge accident, who did manage to take the start. From the back of the grid, Matteo Vigano is now up into 17th spot, and we've just lost his teammate, Simon Puhaka, who has just come together with the Australian driver, Joshua Fife. They are both out. The leaders are going to come round to see those two karts, the Energy and the Tony kart. There they are in the back of your screen. They join Johansson, Louet and Noshoff as the retirements. As you look at the baby race team driver, Leonardo Lorandi. Also fastest qualifier for the first round of the European Championships at SA in France back in 2016, where the conditions were roughly similar to what we had yesterday. There's Dahlberg coming through, and Tornquist, the two Swedes inside the top 10. Ippolito, Schmitz, Scaris now the best of the energies. Maximilian Paul, Longhi, Giardelli, and Filippo Berto rounds out the top 15. This is half race distance. This is the race lead. Alex Irlando, 0.6 of a second over Leonardo Lorandi. Abbas in P3. He dominated the heats yesterday. It looked as though he was playing with the field in the pre-final. Is he just waiting? We're past half race distance. He has to play his cards sooner or later. He's on the podium. But his teammate, Alex Irlando, is 1.3 seconds up the road, and indeed he does respond. Just as we say that, a 49.035 for awesome Anthony Abbas. Here he comes. The Frenchman from Nantes in northwest of France. Now closes in on the back of the Tony kart of Lorandi, Iacovacci and Pacini. The two Italians in the Lenzo and the Tony karts respectively. Just too far back off the podium to make a move. Simple as 1, 2, 3. Alexander Irlando, or Alessandro Irlando, I should say, does lead. The gap was 0.6 of a second. Watch it to Lorandi. Jonathan comes across the line. It's out to 0.8. Alex puts his foot down. 8 laps now remaining. The KZ2 final. The first round of the Wsk Supermaster Series. Alex has a quick glimpse behind him. Iacovacci and Pacini goes through. There is Dahlberg. Ippolito still holding off the Swede Tornquist. And Alexander Schmitz, the German, started out of grid number 10, and exactly that is where the Tony kart remains. Irlando having a quick look behind him. It is his countryman, it is not his teammate. Leonardo Lorandi from Brescia in northern Italy. The baby race Tony Kart team. Older brother Alessio down in 17th position. The KF3 world champion from 2013 is Alessio. GP3 race winner. Also back for another crack at the GP3 World Series this year is Alessio. Regular competitor in WSK International Karting. Fantastic to have the two Lorandi brothers here, passionate about karting, devoted to their kart racing as well as kart racing. And it is Leonardo upstaging his older brother Alessio, who's currently the second step of the podium. The shadows are getting longer here at Adria, as is the gap of 48.952 from Alex Irlando. Now 9/10 of a second back to Leonardo. He's the only driver to go under 49. 48.952 is absolutely flying. And Lorandi's got a problem. That problem is going to come in the form of Alex's teammate, Anthony Abbas. He's in a Sodi Kart sandwich, struggling to hold on with the leader, and very soon he will be under attack from Anthony Abbas. There is 144. In the wet yesterday, he used the most unorthodox line, but he was easily the fastest driver on the track. Adria Raceway is still very green after that torrential downpour we had yesterday. Jakubacci and Schmitz Piccinino go across the line. There is Schmitz, in fact, ahead of his countryman Maximilian Paul, the two Germans. Yes, the track are very green. There is not much grip. There is a Bridgestone rubber line starting to go down, as Matteo Vigano, P16, effort of the day award no doubt goes to the Italian. That huge crash, he was thrown out of the kart on the grid in the pre-final, walked away winded, the kart was destroyed, started from the back of the grid, and he just set the fastest lap of the race in position 16. Jakubacci in P5. He's got Renaudin in his sights. There is 4 laps to go. Hippolyta goes through. Tonquist. There's the driver from Dresden, Max Paul. So Lorandi goes defensive, slides wide to Leonardo. Here comes Abbas. He senses his opportunity. He will line the Italian up going into the sweeper. Leonardo knows he made the slightest of errors there and closes the door. He looks behind him. Alex Irlando is walking away with this. Watch for the move into the Bridgestone hairpin. Abbas tries the outside line. The Frenchman all over the back of the Italian, wanting to make it a Sodi Kart 1 and 2. Onto the straight. Abbas gets the benefit of the slipstream. Leonardo, oh, ragged from Anthony. Almost threw it into the grass. But the two-time vice world champion had the skill to hang on to it. Leo looks behind him. Abbas is there. Renaudin is also coming. Jakubacci still hasn't given up on the podium, driving as hard as he possibly can in position number 5. Leonardo Lorandi set that kart to come on earlier in the race, but he's struggling now in the final laps. Anthony Abbas wants to make it a Team Sodi Kart 1 and 2, only split by the green machine of Leonardo Lorandi. Eases it onto the straight. Irlando on his way to victory with 2 laps to go. 1.2 seconds, again another fastest sector meanwhile from Matteo Vigano down in P15. He's just got past Filippo Berto. How gutsy is the driver from Bergamo? He should be in a hospital bed. He should be in the back of an ambulance. The gutsy Italian is still racing, and it's just set the fastest second sector of the entire race. Abbas up behind Leonardo now, running out of time. He's the Frenchman. It is still Sodi Kart 1, 3 and 4. Anthony would love to make it a 1-2. Adrian Renaudin would like to make it a 1, 2 and 3. This is the last lap board. Watch the attack. Irlando will win the opening round of the Supermaster Series. He is on his way to victory in the 1, 2, 3 Soddy Kart. The move has to come now from Abbas, lines him up. Down the inside, he's too far back. Lorandi slides wide. He'll have to drive it down the inside. Anthony knows. Watch him on the exit. He'll try and accelerate. Lorandi puts it in the middle of the road. For second on the podium, will it be a Soddy Kart 1 and 2? Again, Lorandi down the inside. Abbas around the outside. Leonardo calmly puts him into the marbles. There is one more possibility. Oh, they touch. Here comes Renaudin up the inside. Renaudin takes Abbas. He touches. The two Soddy Karts touch. Leonardo Lorandi will finish second. The winner is Alex Irlando. A sensational finish. Not that we expected. Abbas finishes off the podium. Irlando wins. Lorandi second and Adrien Renaudin. Contact with the other French Soddy Kart driver, Anthony Abbas. Adrian finishes in P3. You saw the contact. We'll see if that nose cone is still in place when they enter into Parc Ferme. From here, it looks okay, but it's not for us to decide. Adrien Renaudin has finished in P3. But there is the race winner, Alessandro Irlando. Alex in the 1, 2, 3 Soddy Kart. Oh, is he happy? He's singing to himself under the helmet there. The Soddy Kart team driver, the KZ2 International Super Cup champion, when he took that sensational win in Wackersdorf, Germany last year. Not quite so nerve-wracking for the Italian this time. He's won by 2.5 seconds. Drives it back into Parc Ferme, a winner. A replay of the start, indeed the highlights of the first round of the series. Irlando, that's where he won it. From grid number 2, rounded up Adrien Renaudin. And from there, that's about as close as they got to the Italian. They fought amongst themselves. Valiant drive from Leonardo Lorandi. He did everything right. There was nothing left in the 106 baby race kart. The two Soddy Karts side by side. Anthony up into third. We thought he would mount a challenge. Given his speed yesterday, we thought he would make it a Soddy Kart 1 and 2, possibly even win it. It will all go wrong for the French driver towards the later stages. He was lighting up. Leonardo Lorandi. But he didn't count on Adrien Renaudin, winner of the last round of the European Championships, to come ranging up behind him and take third place off him on the very final lap. Alex Irlando, a perfect drive for the pilot from Locco Rotondo in southern Italy, following in the tradition of southern Italian racing drivers. Of course, Antonio Giovinazzi from that part of the world, two-time winner of the Supermaster Series. Anthony Abbas tried Lorandi. The Italian did nothing wrong, just put the Tony Kart where he needed to. Abbas got balked, nowhere to go. Renaudin around the outside, contact between the two Frenchmen. The checkered flag for Alessandro Irlando, the Soddy Kart driver from Italy, wins here this afternoon and takes the lead of the Supermaster Series into the second round of the championship at South Garda Karting in 1 month's time. Irlando from Lorandi and Adrien Renaudin, P3. Anthony Abbas misses the podium by 0.6 of a second. The presentation, the Italian national anthem, will ring out here in northern Italy, Adria Karting Raceway, the first round of a sensational Supermasters Series, the podium presentation for KZ2 in just a moment. final podium of the afternoon. L'ultimo podio qui a Adria dal pomeriggio. La prima tappa, the first round of the Wsk Supermaster Series. What a year for Alessandro Irlando. KZ2 International Super Cup winner at Wackersdorf in Germany. And he has dominated the first round of the Supermaster Series here at Adria Karting Raceway. Don't forget, we will be back for the second round of the series. 4th of March, we go back to South Garda Karting at Lonato as the drivers make their way up to the podium. It's a Sodi Kart 1 and 3, split by the baby race Tony Kart of Leonardo Lorandi. The final podium of the afternoon, the drivers making their way upstairs here at this magnificent complex here in northern Italy. Here in the sunshine, what a beautiful day it has turned out to be after it was almost snowing yesterday. The drivers making their way up to the podium. The Bridgestone caps go on. The Italians first and second. The Sodi Karts first and third. And in a few moments, we will start our final podium presentation of the afternoon. So as the sun sets here in northern Italy, we're about ready to get underway with our final podium for KZ2, the first of 4 rounds of the Supermaster Series for 2018. A sensational drive coming together. We'll get to that in a moment, but he's been brilliant all weekend. 3rd place here today for CPB Sport from France. It is Adrien Renaudin. Second, the Italian for Team Baby Race, Leonardo Lorandi. Il Vincitore, the Italian who has dominated the first round of the Supermaster Series for Sodi Kart Team Racing from Italy. The winner, Alex Irlando. The 3rd place trophy to Adrien Renaudin of France. 2nd place, Leonardo Lorandi of Italy. And the winner of the first round of the Supermaster Series, Alex Irlando. As we stand by for the national anthem of Italy. The podium for the first round of the Supermaster Series here in KZ2. Let's step in. Adrien Renaudin, another fantastic race here for you this weekend. We have to ask, what did happen on the very last lap there with Anthony?
Yeah, I have an opportunity to pass because Lorandi and Abbas fight, and I take this opportunity to go on the podium.
Félicitations, another podium for Adrien Renaudin. Leonardo, your older brother, Alessio, he's the 2013 world champion, but you upstaged him. Another brilliant performance here this afternoon. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy of the 2nd place today. We made this race to train for the season in cars, and I'm really happy about the result of today, so I'm happy.
Bravo, Leo, and the winner, Il Vincitore, facilmente, Alex Irlando. It seemed easy. You dominated. The fairy tale continues. Congratulations.
Yeah, I want to say thanks to also the Kart and TM Factory. Yeah, it's been an incredible final. Start second. From the first corner, I was first. So, you know, it's been difficult, but at the same time easy because in the last 5 laps, Leo and Anto and Adrian fighting, so it was more easy. But yeah, it's only the first race, so we have to work for the next continue of the season and see you in Winter Cup.
Bravissimo. This is the podium for KZ2. Third place, Adrian. Second place, Leonardo. And the Italian Alex Irlando has won here at Adria. That wraps things up here at Adria Karting Raceway. We will be back in exactly 4 weeks' time. We go back to South Garda Karting Lonato for the second round of the Supermaster Series. March the 4th in exactly 1 month. We can't wait to see you then. The second round of the Supermaster Series. On behalf of everyone at WSK Promotion and everyone here at Adria International Raceway, we say arrivederci, ci vediamo a Lonato.